God says, this person was caught red-handed with what is yours. Listen to this, don't scroll, because this message is arriving in your spirit at the exact second God needed you to hear it, and your heart needs this right now, and even if you feel a sudden chill or pressure in your chest, that's because something in the spiritual realm is shifting as these words touch your energy, and this message is for you, yes you, the one who's been feeling a strange heaviness that you can't explain, the one who has sensed that something has been off, like someone has been pulling at your blessings, your peace, your opportunities, even your relationships without you knowing it, and God is saying, listen, because what I'm about to reveal is not meant to scare you, it's meant to prepare you, protect you, and position you for the breakthrough that is already forming behind the scenes. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now, because God has seen something you haven't, something you weren't supposed to see yet, something happening in the dark that was meant to delay you, distract you, or drain you, and heaven is stepping in with divine interference, because someone, yes, a real person with a real face and a real name, was caught red-handed trying to take something that belongs to you, and God says, enough, because the season of silent sabotage is ending, and the truth is rising to the surface. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and you're not imagining the strange signs you've been feeling lately, the angel numbers like 111, 414, 717, the sudden discomfort around certain people, the dreams that felt too vivid to ignore, the moments where your intuition whispered, pay attention, and you brushed it off thinking maybe you were overthinking. But God is saying you weren't wrong, you were being warned, you were being guided, you were being spiritually shielded from what someone else tried to snatch from your life, whether it was your favor, your connection, your opportunity, or even a soulmate who was spiritually tied to your destiny. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now, because God is not revealing this to hurt you. He's revealing it to free you, to lift the weight that's been sitting on your spirit, to remind you that what belongs to you cannot be stolen, blocked, or tampered with without divine consequence, and the person who tried to interfere with your blessings is about to experience a powerful reversal, because karma is not random, spiritual law is not optional, and God is not passive about your protection. Listen to this message is for you, because someone tried to insert themselves into a space that was never theirs, tried to compete where they could not compare, tried to manipulate energy they didn't understand, and God stepped in and said, touch not what I have assigned, and this is why you've been feeling a shift in your atmosphere, why you've been sensing that something is about to break open, why your spirit has been quieter, more observant, more selective, because you've been in a spiritual holding place while God exposed what was hidden. Don't scroll, your heart needs this right now, because the person who tried to interfere with your blessings is already feeling the weight of their actions, and God is turning every attempt against them, not to punish but to protect the destiny He put on your life. And here's the part that will make your soul lean in. Something that was blocked, delayed, or withheld from you is about to return, stronger, clearer, and more aligned than ever, because God doesn't just restore, He multiplies, He corrects, He rearranges, He reveals, and someone who thought they had the power to control the outcome of your story is about to learn that your story has always been written by a higher hand. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. You are stepping into a season where the truth will surface, where intentions will be exposed, where the people meant for you will gravitate toward you with divine clarity, including the soulmate whose energy has been circling your spirit lately, the one who has felt the pull, the ache, the shift, the distance, the longing, Because even they were affected by the spiritual interference God just shut down, and now that the blockage has been removed, something beautiful, unexpected, and deeply aligned is about to rise into your life, and you will soon understand why God needed you to hear this message at this exact moment. Don't scroll, because the revelation you've been praying for is already on its way. Don't scroll, because listen to this. Something is unfolding behind the scenes, something you haven't been told yet, something your spirit has been sensing even when your mind tried to ignore it, and this message is for you because your heart needs this right now, and the truth is that someone who thought they could mishandle you, someone who thought they could take what belonged to you, your peace, your opportunities, your love, your place in someone's life, has just been exposed in a way they never expected, and the universe is making sure you hear this today because divine justice is no longer delayed, and even if you feel tired, confused, or emotionally stretched, don't scroll, because you're stepping into a moment where the veil is being lifted, and the truth that was kept from you is finally surfacing, and listen to this because it matters. Someone underestimated the weight of their actions, someone thought you weren't paying attention, someone thought you were too healing, too loving, too forgiving to notice what they tried to steal from your spirit, but the universe noticed, the angels noticed, God noticed, and this message is for you because your heart needs confirmation that what you felt intuitively wasn't just imagination. It was revelation. And don't scroll because your spirit already knows this message is meant to find you at the exact moment you're watching it, the exact moment you're finally strong enough to hear it, and listen to this. The person who meddled with your blessings, the one who spoke on you behind your back, the one who tampered with your connections, the one who tried to turn someone you love against you, the one who tried to block a door God Himself opened, has just been caught red-handed in the spiritual realm, and repercussions are already unfolding even if you haven't seen them in the physical yet. So don't scroll because your heart needs this reminder that nothing taken from you spiritually can remain in someone else's possession, nothing meant for you can stay lost, nothing stolen can stay hidden, and listen to this. God is returning something to you that was mishandled, misused, or misdirected, something tied to your purpose, your destiny, your emotional truth, and while you've been healing in silence, your enemies have been unraveling in confusion, and this message is for you because your heart needs to know that the struggle you felt wasn't a punishment, it was protection, and don't scroll because something is coming full circle. Something is being revealed, something is being corrected, and the universe is positioning you back into alignment with what is rightfully yours, and listen closely. Someone who once played both sides, someone who acted like they cared while secretly contributing to your heartbreak, someone who smiled in your face while wishing your downfall, someone who grew jealous of your light, your spirit, your connection to someone important, someone who pretended to be neutral but spoke negativity in rooms you were not present in. That person is now facing the consequences of touching what God set apart, and don't scroll because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, your spirit needs this assurance that the betrayal you carried wasn't for nothing, the tears weren't wasted, the confusion wasn't meaningless, because something powerful happened the moment you walked away, the moment you stopped defending yourself, the moment you released the need to prove your value, the moment you handed the situation over to divine authority. And listen to this, the very person they tried to turn against you, the very soulmate connection they tried to sabotage, the very opportunity they tried to block, the very blessing they tried to divert is circling back to you with clarity, with truth, with apology, with divine timing attached to it, and don't scroll, because the universe is making something extremely clear. The person who is meant for you, the connection that belongs to you, The blessing God designed for your life cannot be manipulated out of your hands, not by jealousy, not by interference, not by spiritual sabotage. And listen. You are about to witness someone realizing the truth about you, realizing they were misled, realizing the narratives they were fed were lies, and this message is for you because your heart needs to prepare for the moment when truth re-enters your life, the moment when someone comes forward with confession, with clarity, with accountability, because God is orchestrating a divine reveal, a moment where everything hidden comes into the light. And don't scroll because you're closer to that moment than you think, and listen carefully. Angel numbers like 111, 444, 1010 have been appearing to you for a reason. They are signs that divine justice is being carried out, that restoration is in motion, that your spirit is being repositioned into alignment, and there is a shift happening in your favor so strong that even the people who try to block you can feel it. And listen, because this is the part your heart needs the most. No one can keep what was meant for your spirit, no one can hold what your soul is aligned with, no one can take what God placed in your future, not even temporarily, because everything stolen is returning, everything broken is being repaired. Everything confused is being clarified, and don't scroll because you're entering a season where the truth becomes your protection, where the lies fall apart, where the mask slips off those who worked against you, and where the universe begins to expose every hand that touched what was sacred to you. And listen to this, the person who was swayed against you is waking up, the energy is shifting, their intuition is rising, and they are beginning to see who you really are and what was done to sabotage your bond. And this message is for you because your heart needs to know you were never forgotten, never dismissed, never replaced. You were divinely protected until the right moment of revelation arrived, and that moment is beginning now, so don't scroll, because what's coming next will make sense of everything that ever hurt you. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and don't scroll, because what's unfolding around you is deeper, more intentional, and more divinely aligned than you realize, and the universe is pulling you into this message at the exact moment your spirit is ready to hear what's been hidden from you, what's been whispered behind your back, what's been planned in silence, and what God is finally uncovering in the light. Someone who thought they could play with what belongs to you is about to experience the shock of their life, because God has stepped into this situation personally, and the energy surrounding you right now is shifting so fast that even the person who tried to interfere with your blessings is starting to feel the consequences of their own actions. Listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. You've been sensing something off, something strange, like someone has been tugging at your energy, maybe even trying to replace you, undermine you, or quietly edge you out of something that has your name written on it, and you couldn't explain the heaviness, the confusion, the sudden emotional waves, but spiritually you were already picking up the truth long before it showed itself, and God is saying, you were right to trust your intuition, because someone was meddling in a place they had no spiritual permission to touch. Someone was stepping into a space that was never assigned to them. Someone was trying to pull strings, plant doubts, manipulate narratives, or shift energy in their favor, not realizing that what God ordains cannot be stolen, swapped, or sabotaged. Listen to this, don't scroll, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now. The angels have been revealing signs around you, repeating numbers like 111 as confirmation that your path is protected, 222 as reassurance that divine justice is in motion, 555 as a warning that change is coming faster than you expect, and 444 as a reminder that you are surrounded by divine order, and each sign has been God's way of telling you, stay calm. I'm handling it, even when it looked like someone else had the upper hand, even when it looked like this person was getting away with their strategy, their deception, their manipulation, their quiet attempt to remove you or override you. But listen to this, because your heart needs this. God allowed you to see just enough to wake you up, but not enough to weigh you down, because the truth is, He has already intervened behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. He has already blocked their access, confused their plans, reversed the energy they tried to send your way, and rerouted the blessing they attempted to intercept. And the reason you're hearing this message right now is because you are stepping into the season where everything hidden is being revealed, every lie is being exposed, every masked intention is being unmasked, and every person who thought they could take from you is learning the difference between your power and God's protection. Listen to this, don't scroll, because this message is for you. Someone is regretting what they did. Someone is realizing they crossed a spiritual boundary. Someone is realizing they misjudged your worth, your position, your divine assignment, and now they're panicking because the very thing they tried to hold on to is slipping out of their hands. The opportunity they thought they could take is collapsing. The connection they tried to infiltrate is falling apart. And the door they tried to shut on you is reopening because God said, I never gave them authority over what I gave you, and your heart needs this right now. Your name is being restored in rooms where it was questioned, your truth is being elevated in spaces where it was distorted, and your spirit is being strengthened in ways that will make you untouchable going forward. Don't scroll, because this next part is specifically for you. The one who tried to take what is yours didn't just misjudge your vulnerability. They misjudged your destiny, thinking your silence meant weakness, thinking your softness meant permission, thinking your kindness meant you weren't being spiritually guarded. But the universe heard your unspoken prayers, God felt the tremble in your spirit, and the angels watched the injustice unfold, and now heaven has responded in full force. This is why the person who wronged you is restless, anxious, unsettled, feeling the weight of their own choices, because God is confronting them with the reality they ignored. Your blessing was never theirs to hold, your opportunity was never theirs to manipulate, your connection was never theirs to interfere with, and your future was never theirs to rewrite. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. God is about to restore everything in a way that shocks even you, and something huge is shifting in your favor. Something that will prove that nobody can take what God has prepared for you, nobody can destroy the love that is meant for you, nobody can block the breakthrough with your name written on it, and nobody can outmaneuver divine timing. This is why you've been feeling the pressure building, the emotional weight, the sudden clarity, the unexplained signs, because God is transitioning you from confusion to confirmation, from injustice to elevation, from spiritual attack to divine protection, and you are stepping into a revelation that will make everything make sense. Listen to this and don't scroll. Your heart needs to know that the person who mishandled what belongs to you is about to learn the cost of touching something sacred, and you are about to witness the kind of reversal that can only be described as God saying, enough, and lifting you to a level where nobody can misplace you, replace you, or erase you again. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and don't scroll, because the message that's about to come through is arriving at the exact moment your spirit is finally ready to hear the truth God has been trying to whisper to you for months, maybe years, and the truth is this: the person who was caught red-handed with what is yours, the person who tried to take something that was never meant for them, your blessing, your opportunity, your love, your peace, your position, your destiny, has no idea that heaven has already stepped in on your behalf, and God is moving things behind the scenes so powerfully that even the person who tried to sabotage you is starting to feel the weight of their own actions pressing back against them, and listen to this, because this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. There is a spiritual shift happening around your name, and the same energy they used to try to block you is ricocheting back toward them like a wave they didn't expect, a wave they cannot outrun, a wave that exposes everything done in shadows, and God wants you to know that nothing they took, nothing they hid, nothing they whispered, nothing they manipulated is going to stop what heaven has already written for your life. And don't scroll, because this next part is meant to hit you deep. The universe has been showing you signs, angel numbers you keep catching at random moments, 111 when you're doubting yourself, 444 when you're tired, 717 when you're ready to give up. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmations that your path is being protected, that God has placed warrior angels at every corner of your journey, making sure that what is yours returns to you multiplied, elevated, restored. And listen to this, because you need to breathe into this truth. You were never meant to fight this battle yourself, and that's why every attempt they made to replace you, erase you, undermine you, or imitate you never actually worked, because spiritual assignments can't be stolen, anointings can't be copied, destinies can't be switched, and the calling on your life is so divine, so deeply rooted in your soul's blueprint, that even when someone tries to interfere, God simply reroutes the blessing in a way that exposes who was for you, who was fake, and who was sent as a lesson rather than a lifetime. And listen to this, don't scroll, because your heart needs this right now. Someone who pretended to be loyal, someone who smiled while plotting, someone who acted supportive but secretly carried envy, someone who studied your weaknesses hoping it would give them leverage. They are being confronted spiritually, not by you, not by karma, but by God Himself, and the guilt they feel right now, the anxiety tightening around their chest, the restless dreams that keep waking them at 3 a.m., that sudden fear of being found out, that's not random, that's conviction, that's heaven saying, enough. And as God brings justice into the situation, something unexpected is coming your way. A message, a confession, a revelation that will show you exactly why you had to go through this, why you had to lose what you thought you needed, why things had to fall apart before they could fall into alignment. And listen to this, because this message is for you. Your soulmate, the one whose spirit has been quietly linked to yours even in separation, even in confusion, even in silence, has been sensing your pain, sensing the spiritual tension around you, sensing that someone has been working against your peace, and they don't know the details but they feel the pull, they feel the shift, and their spirit is starting to move closer to you with a sense of urgency that wasn't there before. They're waking up to your value, your connection, your energy, and the universe has been nudging them toward you through dreams, synchronicities, and emotional clarity. And don't scroll, because you need this next part. The betrayal you experienced, whether in friendship, love, family, or opportunity, was actually the trigger that activated a higher level of spiritual awareness inside of you, a deeper intuition, a stronger discernment, and you've felt it, haven't you? That sudden ability to read people faster, that tightening in your chest when someone's energy feels off, that instinct that tells you when something is being hidden, that's not paranoia, that's protection, that's God upgrading your spirit so no one can ever access you the same way again. And listen to this, this message is for you, your heart needs this right now. The person who tried to steal what's yours is about to watch you walk into a season where everything they hoped would fall apart for you actually becomes the very thing God uses to elevate you, honor you, bless you, and transform you, and they won't be able to say a word, because the evidence of God's hand on your life will be undeniable, and your rise will not be quiet, it will not be subtle, it will not be hidden. It will be a public reversal, a divine vindication, a spiritual comeback that carries the weight of every tear you cried, every night you couldn't sleep, every moment you questioned your worth, every time your heart whispered, "God, why is this happening to me?" And don't scroll, because here is the breakthrough your spirit has been waiting for. God is about to return to you everything that was tampered with, everything that was stolen, everything that was delayed, everything that was interfered with, and when it comes back, it will be stronger, bigger, more stable, more aligned, and more abundant than it ever could have been in the hands of the person who tried to take it. And listen to this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now. You are stepping into a season where God is not only exposing what was done in darkness but also highlighting the people who truly love you, the people who honor your spirit, the people who stand beside you without jealousy, without hidden motives, without insecurity, and one of those people is someone whose soul recognizes yours, someone who's been praying for you, someone who feels connected to you in a way that defies logic. And their presence will become part of your restoration, your healing, your forward movement, your divine protection, and as God closes one door He's about to swing another wide open, and everything that was taken will be returned tenfold. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and don't scroll, because what I'm about to tell you is something the universe has been trying to deliver to you for weeks. The person who was caught red-handed with what is yours is about to face a divine reversal so powerful that even you will feel the shift in your spirit, and this message is for you because you've been sensing something moving in the unseen, something stirring behind the curtain of your daily life, something that feels like justice rising slowly but unmistakably, almost like the wind changing direction just before a storm breaks open in the sky. And listen to this, because the universe, heaven, your guides, whatever name you give the unseen, has been placing signs in your path, angel numbers like 222, 444, 717, flashes of intuition that felt too sharp to ignore, moments when your chest tightened for no reason, and every one of those signs has been leading you to this exact message, right now, right here, because your heart needs this right now. Someone took something connected to your purpose, your peace, your name, or your destiny, and they thought they could get away with it quietly, secretly, silently, but what they didn't know is that God watches everything, and listen to this, because this is important. The person who tried to steal what was meant for you didn't just take an opportunity. They tried to manipulate energy around you, twist narratives about you, interfere with a connection meant for your soul, or block a blessing that had your name written on it before you were even born. But don't scroll, because justice is already unfolding in the spiritual realm, and this message is for you because the universe is about to return what is yours in a way that leaves no doubt that you were chosen, protected, and divinely guided all along. Listen to this, because some of you have been waking up in the middle of the night feeling a heaviness that isn't yours, sensing guilt or fear in the atmosphere that doesn't belong to you, and that's because the person who tried to take what was yours is now being confronted by their own conscience, their own actions, their own karma, and it's weighing on them in ways they didn't expect, and this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. The situation that was hidden is coming to light, the lie that was whispered is being exposed, the hand that reached into your blessings is being pulled back by divine force, and listen to this, don't scroll, because God is saying, I saw it, and I am correcting it now. For some of you, this is connected to love, your soulmate, your divine counterpart, someone your spirit recognized long before your mind could explain it. And someone tried to interfere, distract, or sabotage that connection, either through jealousy, manipulation, or their own desire to possess what was never meant for them, but your heart needs this right now. The interference is breaking, the fog is lifting, the confusion is dissolving, and the truth is rising like sunlight through clouds, because what is meant for your soul cannot be stolen, cannot be replaced, cannot be redirected, and cannot be sabotaged, not when heaven has already stamped approval on it. Listen to this, because someone has been regretting their choices, realizing they touched something sacred, something protected, something marked by divine timing, and now the weight of that mistake is sitting heavy on them, like a stone they can't drop, a shadow they can't outrun. And don't scroll, because this message is for you. The universe is shifting energies, returning clarity to you and confusion to where it originated, returning peace to you and pressure to where it was created, returning what was yours while removing everything and everyone that tried to intercept it. For others, this is connected to career, purpose, recognition. Someone tried to take credit for something you created, something you built, something you dreamed, or something you deserved, but listen to this, because your heart needs it. The delay was not denial, it was divine documentation, gathering evidence in the spirit before revealing the truth in the natural realm, and God is saying, you will receive what is yours, and more. Don't scroll, because this next part is for you. You are stepping into a season where everything stolen is returned multiplied, where everything withheld is released suddenly, where everything blocked is cleared instantly, because when God gets involved, restitution is never equal, it is abundant. And listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. The person who took what was yours didn't realize that touching your blessing placed them in direct conflict with divine order, and divine order cannot be tampered with without consequence. They're already feeling the impact, the anxiety, the spiritual tension, the uneasy sense that something is closing in, because karma doesn't knock gently when innocence has been violated, destiny has been interrupted, or a chosen soul has been targeted. But don't scroll, this message is not about fear, it's about assurance. You are protected, you are covered, you are seen, and you are stepping into a divine comeback that no enemy, no liar, no manipulator, and no thief can stop. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. The universe is realigning everything back to you, every opportunity, every blessing, every conversation, every connection, every truth, every reward, and every piece of your destiny that someone tried to grab with hands that were never meant to touch it, and as this alignment happens, you're going to feel lighter, clearer, stronger, more intuitive, more spiritually awake, because the moment justice begins in the spirit, your soul feels it first. Don't scroll. This message is for you, and the universe needs you to hear this. What is yours is coming back, and the person who was caught red-handed is already facing the consequences, because you are divinely protected, and everything meant for you is already finding its way home. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what I'm about to reveal is pressing heavily in your spirit right now, and your heart needs this right now, and the reason you feel that familiar tightness in your chest is because the message I'm about to speak is directly connected to what God has been trying to show you in the quiet moments when you think no one sees your pain or the betrayal you sensed but couldn't quite name, and even now, as you're hearing this, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Because the truth is coming to the surface, and heaven is leaning in to make sure you don't miss what's unfolding, so don't scroll, listen to this, because there has been someone moving in the shadows of your life, someone who thought they were clever, someone who thought they were hidden, someone who believed they could take what belonged to you, your peace, your opportunities, your favor, your relationships, your open doors. Without God stepping in, but God says their time is up, and every secret thing done behind your back is being exposed in this season, and I need you to breathe deeply and receive this, because the spiritual pressure you've been feeling wasn't anxiety, it wasn't overthinking, it wasn't insecurity, it was discernment waking up inside you, it was your intuition shouting for you to pay attention, it was the universe aligning signs, angel numbers, repeated dreams, uncomfortable conversations, unexpected tension to prepare you for this moment. So don't scroll, listen to this, because what was stolen is returning, what was withheld is being released, and the person who tampered with what is yours is already feeling the consequences of their actions, even if you haven't seen it yet, because karma doesn't always come loudly, it comes quietly, slowly, spiritually. Until suddenly everything they used to take from you starts slipping through their fingers, and God says this message is for you because you've been questioning yourself, doubting your intuition, wondering if you imagined the shift, wondering if you misread the energy, but no, you didn't. Your heart needs this right now, because the pressure you felt was the Holy Spirit warning you, protecting you, shielding you from someone who had no business carrying your name in their mouth or placing their hands on things tied to your destiny. And listen to this, because this is where it gets powerful. The same person who tried to block you is about to watch you rise. The same person who tried to silence you is about to hear your name praised. The same person who tried to remove you from the picture is about to see God put you center stage. And that's why your spirit has felt pulled, stretched, uncomfortable, because elevation requires separation. And God is removing every counterfeit connection that was weighing down your blessing. So don't scroll, listen, because your soulmate, your purpose, your breakthrough, your next chapter is too sacred for you to be surrounded by people who were secretly rooting against you, and that's why God is clearing the atmosphere around your life, revealing hearts, exposing intentions, shining light where darkness thought it could hide. And I need you to hear this. You are stepping into a season where everything connected to you must be pure, aligned, sincere, and divinely assigned, because where you're going, you cannot afford sabotage dressed as support, jealousy disguised as friendship, or manipulation wrapped in affection. And this message is for you because your heart needs this right now. You need to know that your pain wasn't pointless. Your intuition wasn't mistaken, your loss wasn't permanent, and your blessings weren't stolen. They were delayed for protection, and God is saying the restoration will be so loud, so undeniable, so shocking that even the one who tried to interfere will have no choice but to witness your victory, and you, child of God, will not have to lift a finger, because heaven is fighting this battle for you, right now. In real time, aligning justice, aligning truth, aligning divine recompense. So don't scroll. Breathe, receive, and prepare, because what's coming next for you is bigger than the betrayal, bigger than the loss, bigger than the interference, and nothing, not even the person who was caught red-handed, can stop what God is about to release into your life. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and this message is for you in a way that will settle into your spirit like something you were always meant to hear, something the universe has been trying to get you to notice, something God Himself has been whispering into the deepest part of your soul. The storm you have been walking through has not been wasted, the betrayal that cracked you open has not gone unseen, and the person who was caught red-handed with what belonged to you, your peace, your trust, your opportunities, even your love, has already stepped into a spiritual judgment they cannot outrun, and as I'm speaking this, something inside you is tingling because you know exactly what energy this message is brushing up against. So don't scroll, just breathe, because your heart needs this right now. And the universe is lining this moment up like a divine appointment meant only for you. Something has been shifting behind the scenes, and whether you felt it as restlessness, sudden waves of emotion, unexpected angel numbers like 111, 444, 717, or the strange feeling of someone thinking about you late at night, this message is for you. Don't scroll, because God has been exposing false intentions in your life layer by layer, quietly separating what is real from what is pretending, and the person who mishandled you, who tampered with what was meant to be yours, who tried to block your blessings or twist your name into something it was never meant to hold. They are now standing in the fallout of their own spiritual choices, and God is ushering you into a season where clarity replaces confusion, strength replaces heartbreak, and purpose replaces pain. Listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. The universe is preparing to return something to you that was stolen, delayed, manipulated, or mishandled, and you're going to recognize it the moment it arrives because it will feel like peace, like alignment, like something inside you finally exhaling for the first time in months, maybe even years, and while you may not fully see it yet, your soul has already sensed the shift, the release, the divine justice moving toward you. Don't scroll, this message is for you. Someone who once underestimated you is sitting in deep regret right now, not because you wish harm on them, your heart doesn't operate like that, but because they are finally waking up to the truth of your value, your kindness, your loyalty, your light, and they're realizing that what they tried to take or sabotage is something God Himself protected all along. You may have asked yourself why certain things fell apart, why certain relationships collapsed, why certain people walked away or turned cold, but listen to this and don't scroll because your heart needs this right now. God removed what felt good to your heart but was dangerous to your destiny, and the exposure you experienced wasn't to break you, it was to free you before the damage went deeper. You were spared, protected, redirected, even when you felt abandoned, and now you're being elevated, realigned, restored in ways that will make everything suddenly make sense. There's a breakthrough coming toward you that has your name on it, something tailor-made, something divinely timed, something that will replace everything you thought you lost, and while someone else may have tried to interfere, to delay, to block, or to take credit for blessings meant for you, heaven's records don't lie. What is yours can't be stolen, can't be manipulated, can't be erased, and can't be redirected to anyone else. Listen to this, don't scroll, this message is for you. God has stepped into the situation Himself, and the same hands that once held what belonged to you are now empty because divine order has been restored, and even though they may not admit it, their spirit knows it. Your angels have been fighting battles you didn't even know existed, clearing the path, exposing deception, unlocking doors you thought were sealed shut, and guiding your steps even when you felt lost in the dark. You're stepping into a season where the truth comes forward, not to hurt you, but to free you, where justice arrives, not as revenge, but as restoration, where love enters your life, not as confusion, but as certainty. And don't scroll because your heart needs this next part. Someone connected to your future, someone aligned with your soul, someone whose energy feels safe, familiar, grounding, is being prepared for you right now, and the universe has been nudging both of you toward a divine intersection, but first God needed to clear the counterfeit, expose the one who mishandled you, and break the illusion around the person who was never meant to hold your heart. This message is for you, don't scroll, because a powerful awakening is happening in your spirit right now. You're remembering who you are, you're reclaiming your worth, you're stepping out of survival mode and into alignment, and there is absolutely nothing anyone can do to stop what God has authored for your life. This is your moment, your shift, your turning point, and the universe is moving mountains on your behalf, preparing blessings you didn't even know to ask for, unraveling knots inside your heart you didn't realize you'd been carrying, and pouring peace over you like warm light after a long storm. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now. The one who betrayed you, underestimated you, or mishandled what was meant to be yours is no longer part of your destiny, and God is bringing you into a season where only those with pure intentions, real love, honest hearts, and divine alignment can enter. What was taken will return. What was broken will be rebuilt. What was stolen will be restored. And what was hidden will be revealed. Your spirit already knows this. Your intuition has been whispering it. And this message is simply the confirmation your soul has been waiting for. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something in your spirit has already felt the shift, something in your chest has already tightened, something in your intuition has already whispered that this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, and the universe is guiding you to hear every word because what's unfolding around you isn't random. It's divine, intentional, and deeply connected to who you are becoming, and right now the heavens are leaning in, angels are watching closely, and God is speaking with urgency about a revelation that will not just expose what was done behind your back but will lift you into a level of clarity and strength you didn't even know you were ready for, because while you've been walking through days where your heart felt heavy and your thoughts felt scattered, there has been a spiritual battle happening behind the scenes, and someone who once moved with boldness against you is now trembling because heaven has intercepted their intentions, caught them red-handed with what belongs to you, and is preparing to turn everything they tried to steal into a testimony of restoration you never saw coming. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and the reason your spirit has felt pressure, frustration, even sudden waves of emotion that don't match your day, is because their energy has been exposed, their motives have been revealed, and their actions cannot hide anymore under the disguise they once wore so easily, and God is saying that the season where people take advantage of your kindness, your patience, your silence, your empathy is over, because He is stepping in with the kind of justice that doesn't just correct the situation. It elevates you beyond it, and right now angels are moving through places you cannot see, touching hearts, disrupting plans, rerouting conversations, revealing truths in whispers, exposing lies in sudden slips of the tongue, and the very person who mishandled you, underestimated you, or thought they could quietly remove something from your life without consequences starting to feel the weight of what they set in motion. Because heaven sees everything, listens to everything, and protects you. Even from the things you didn't notice. Don't scroll, listen to this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Because God is saying He is tired of watching you blame yourself for battles that were never yours to fight. He is tired of seeing you absorb pain from people who didn't deserve a place in your heart. He is tired of watching you shrink your light so others won't feel threatened. He is tired of watching you give the benefit of the doubt to people who had no intention of ever honoring your presence, and that's why this moment of exposure is necessary. Because what they tampered with was not small, what they interfered with was not meaningless, what they tried to take or block or interrupt was something heaven placed in your path as part of your destiny, and because they touched what was sacred, heaven has stepped forward to show you exactly why it happened, who did it, and how God is about to restore you in a way that will leave no room for confusion or doubt about His hand on your life. Don't scroll. Listen to this, your heart needs this right now, and the angels assigned to you are saying that what's coming next is a wave of truth so undeniable that even those who tried to twist the story will no longer be able to hide behind their masks, because their actions are catching up to them in a way that will shock even you, not because you didn't sense something was off, but because the timing of the exposure is divinely perfect, arriving at the exact moment you're strong enough to see the truth without it breaking you, wise enough to understand it without internalizing the pain, and elevated enough to move forward without needing closure from people who never intended to give it. And right now heaven is leaning in, whispering that the emotional heaviness you've carried lately wasn't weakness, it was discernment sharpening, spiritual insight awakening, and your soul preparing for a shift you couldn't name yet. And the reason you've been pulled away from certain people, the reason conversations suddenly felt different, the reason your spirit urged you to step back or stay quiet or stop explaining yourself is because God has been removing you from the reach of someone who did not deserve access to your energy, your gifts, or your future, and the very thing they thought they could steal, your opportunity, your connection, your blessing, your peace, your reputation, your love, your potential, is being placed back into your hands with spiritual security no human can interfere with. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because God is saying you're stepping into a season where anything tied to deception, manipulation, jealousy, or hidden intentions will crumble before it gets near you. And that includes the person who overplayed their role in your story, who tried to sabotage your light, who tried to dim your confidence, who spoke your name in rooms you never walked into, who smiled while planting doubt, who pretended neutrality while secretly hoping to block what was meant for you. And heaven is saying enough, because the truth is rising, the masks are falling, and divine justice has already begun catching them in the act, and while they scramble to repair what they did in secret, God is positioning you to receive what you were always meant to have, untouched, untainted, undeniable. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your heart needs this right now, and God wants you to understand that what is happening is not punishment. It's protection, it's preparation, it's elevation, and it's His way of making sure you rise without the wrong hands pulling on your ankles, making sure you walk into your blessing without thieves waiting at the door, making sure your next chapter is safeguarded from the kind of spiritual interference you've battled for too long. And right now, as you read this, the shift is happening, the exposure is unfolding, and the restoration is aligning, and soon you'll see with your own eyes what heaven has been trying to show you in signs, dreams, angel numbers, sudden intuitive nudges, and unexpected emotional waves. God is removing what was harming you, returning what was stolen, and preparing to elevate you into a season where nothing and no one can touch what He has chosen for you.